Before we get started, I would like to thank our sponsor, Path Partners. Path Partners is an incredible affiliate program offering some of the best brands in online gambling. New affiliates can qualify for an exclusive offer to receive a 40% rev share for their first 3 months. Visit the CAP directory to sign up for Path Partners today. We would also like to thank our community members for nominating CAP for 5 prestigious awards for the 2012 IGB Affiliate Awards ceremony, including the Lou Fabiano Award for Best iGaming Community, Best Non-Traditional Affiliate, Best Overall Affiliate, as well as Brooke Cole for the Best Affiliate Manager in these categories. As a way to honor our members' loyalty, participation, and engagement, CAP wants to bring home a win. Please take a moment to vote for CAP at igbaffiliate.com by Monday, December 12th. Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoy our video interview.
Hey guys, I'm Warren Jolly with CasinoAffiliatePrograms.com, and I'm pleased to welcome today's guest, Brian Bailey, founder of Casino Meister. Launched in 1998, Casino Meister is a highly regarded industry portal and forum focused on providing viable information to safeguard players, operators, and webmasters from dealing with unscrupulous characters. In our interview, we'll gain some deeper insight from Brian as he shares some of his experiences and recommendations with other affiliates and industry folks. Brian, thanks for your time today. It's great to have you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Let's take a quick moment and tell our audience about your history and why you created Casino Meister.
Okay, it's a long history. Going back, I could go back like to the mid-1990s, and I think a lot of people know that my background really isn't in casino stuff, really. I have a military background, and I was also a commercial fisherman up in Alaska for a number of years. And when I finally got out of the Army, I went back to school. And when I was in school, I developed, I guess, the webmaster skills back in the mid-90s to build websites. And so while I was doing this, I was teaching at the same time. I finally got a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. My main goal in life was to write the Great American Screenplay, right? It didn't quite work out, well, at least not yet. While I was teaching, I was also working on the side, working for a company that was developing, actually translating websites. And this company, I worked there for a good couple of years or so. We were approached by some of the, I guess, some online casinos back in this like 1997 or so. And they want us to translate the websites. I'm sure we would have translated them and everything. And I'm looking at these guys and, come on, what a joke. These guys are in the Caribbean someplace. Who's going to give these guys a credit card number or whatever, right? We translated them. I think half of them didn't even pay us. I kind of blew it off thinking, what a joke, right? And this was in San Diego, by the way. And we were finally approached by one of the land-based casinos down in Southern California. They actually had a website that they were launching, what had been launched, and from Cryptologic, and they wanted to translate this into several languages, and they told us, hey, we don't want to really invest this kind of money into this because there's so many crooks out there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, maybe, but these are the good guys, right? It's a real land-based casino. And I thought to myself, hey, there's an idea for a website, because that's what I was always looking for. It's like ideas to, make something. A website. I had a few other things going on at the time. I had one for beer in San Diego. I had one for all sorts of stuff. But this was, I'll go ahead and make a website called Casino Meister, right? And on the website, I'd have like a forum where people can come and explain, to kind of give us their experiences on online gaming, because I really knew nothing about it. And I could have like a little news section and then a list of casinos that are good and a list of casinos that are bad. This was in 1998. And so I launched it, and I wanted to have it like German English, because I wanted to have it translated. I guess I had a plan to move back to Germany, which I did. That's what I'm doing right now. And so that's how it started. Moved to Germany in 1999. And by this time, the site was just starting to pick up a little bit in traffic. I was getting maybe 100 people a day or something. It was pretty cool, back in the old days. And then I found myself being, I was arbeitslos, right? I was out of a job because the company we worked for was a dot-bomb. This was back in 1999, 2000. And so I found myself looking for work. But at the same time, my site's starting to pick up some. Right? I'm getting some more traffic. I was able to sell some of the ad space on the site. And I think I was the first affiliate for a couple of programs, like Inter Casino and the Sands of the Caribbean. So I thought to myself, you know what? If I put 100% of my effort into this site, I can make it work. And that was in 2000. And from there, it worked. So that's how I got involved with the whole industry, I guess you might say.
All right. So Casino Meister's been around, though, probably for, it sounds like 12, 13 years?
13 years.
13 years, okay. So the audience that comes to Casino Meister, where would you say they're based geographically? Is it all over the world? Is it mainly English-speaking and German?
It's worldwide.
Okay.
It's worldwide. I'd say about 30%, between 30 to 35 is from the U.S., and the rest are all from everywhere else. About 15% UK, I think 13% from Canada, then it goes on there from Australia, Germany, France, this sort of thing. But majority, now before the I guess with the Ouija law that came into effect back in 2006, whatever, I call it Ouija, right? It was a horrible acronym. But my traffic back then was about 60%, between 60 and 70% US. And since then, it flipped. It just kind of flipped within a few months. Even though the traffic never died, it just kind of stayed steady. And that was a good thing.
Okay.
Not Ouija, but yeah, traffic.
Yeah. So Ouija, for those who don't know, is UIGEA, which is the law that was passed in 2006, basically banning online gambling in the U.S. But we'll call it Ouija for this interview.
Okay.
So in terms of your business model at Casino Meister, what is it? Is it flat fee advertising? Is it affiliate deals? How do you monetize the site?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture. Back in the old days, back in I'm talking about like 2000, 2001. I think 2000 until like 2005, 2006 was primarily just media buy, which means casinos would purchase ad space per month, per quarter, whatever. I didn't do much affiliate, as in revenue shares sort of deals.
It's about 50-50, you would say?
Yeah, right. Maybe a little bit more affiliate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what would you consider the major reasons why players come back to Casino Meister and trust the casinos you promote?
I've always been, I guess, a real, proponent for, content is king, right? It's a site where you come there and get a lot of information. And at the same time, you're being engaged. The site, it's been around for, like I said, 13 years. It's always had a forum. There's always been a place for players to come and talk about whatever. I have a list of the accredited casinos where we have there's actual standards they have to meet, which protect both the casino and the players. And casinos know they need to have, they need to be up to standard, and I just don't take on anybody, right? Players know this. If they don't know it, they get a good feeling. That's what happens when you're dealing with the site. There's a lot of things going on with the site. You have the news, you have the forum, I have webcasts, I have the newsletter. I have 3 different newsletters going on. One for players, one for affiliates, and one for industry folk. So there's a lot of things going on. So that's really the main thing, is engaging people. That's why people keep coming back.
Okay. So why is trust and choosing the right operators to work with so important in this industry?
Well, you're not selling shoes. Trust is a must. You got to be able to trust one another. And if you don't have trust, you have nothing in this industry, right? This is something that's crucial. So, if you don't have it, you really have nothing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of the right operator, since a lot of industry folks look at who you're promoting and working with, tell us who are your favorite operators and why?
Well, that's a difficult question, because I do have a lot of really great operators I deal with. I think most people should know that I deal with these operators usually face to face. I will meet the operators at one point in time, usually during the year. Before anybody gets on, I'm required to have a face-to-face meeting with the operators or their representative. The ones I do enjoy the most, I would say, 32 Red, 32 Red, Club World, And mainly because these guys are really engaged. They're really engaged with the players in the forum. They're engaged with their affiliates. And I know that these guys will do the right thing if the time does come for them to do the right thing, when it comes to dealing with players or affiliates or whomever. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you look at Casino Meister as providing infotainment. Can you tell us a little more about what that means for your audience?
Well, yeah. Here we are now, entertain us, right? Yeah. Casino Meister's always been kind of quirky in a way, because when I first started, I really wasn't taking it all that serious. I just wanted to have a good time with it. And if you're not having a good time with what you're doing, you're in the wrong business, really. And so, I did a lot of goofy stuff. I have a newsletter going on every once a week. There was some jokes going on. I'd have I did in the old days. I had a lot of weird stuff happening on the site. I do I had funny ad, like fake ads, spot the fake ad contest. I had a podcast I put out once every couple of weeks or so with a lot of really goofy stuff. And since then, it's always been quirky, right? I think that this also engages people. The webcast, if you haven't caught the webcast, you got to catch it at YouTube. And I sit there and I crack myself up when I'm doing it. It's fun. Same thing with the forum. We have serious things happening in the forum. We're talking about software. We're talking about how the games are working, how people get ripped off here or not getting ripped off there. There's a lot of stuff happening there. But then at the same time, we're also engaging people with fun stuff, because it's supposed to be fun, right? Yeah.
If users haven't seen your webcast, they can watch those on YouTube, you mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay.
Casino Meister, just go ahead and search for Casino Meister, you'll find it. Or go to Casino Meister. They're linked all over the site.
All right. And how many different types of beers have you featured on your webcast so far?
Oh, quite a few. Like
you see,
this one here.
Yeah.
Rose.
You seem to be quite the connoisseur.
If you live where I do, right, Northern Bavaria, you'd be doing the same.
Yes, I agree. How does your complaint system work, and how effective is it generally?
I'm sorry, did you hear what?
How is your complaint system? How does it work, and how effective is it generally? I think you call it pitch a bitch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a bitch. Bitch being a complaint, and pitching something's like when you pitch a story, like when you're trying to sell it. Same thing. Pitch a bitch, you're complaining, right? And that's what we call a PAB system. We've been doing this for a good 10 years or so. Max Drayman, he's my pitch a bitch manager now. And he's been doing, I think, about 4 or 5 years. And it's really quite effective. We deal with probably, several hundred every year. There's a section on the site that actually lists all the pitch and bitches that we have. And I think it is quite effective. This is for our members. And what this is like if somebody has a complaint about a casino, something legitimate, right? They can come in, they join the forum, and they can actually pitch a bitch. They submit a complaint. Max, he gets the complaint, and what he'll do, he'll contact one of our casino representatives, or if we don't have a casino representative in the forum, I have a massive list of people that can deal with these sort of situations. We have about 200 representatives in the forum for him to deal with. So it goes pretty quick, and in most cases, these are resolved. Every once in a while, we'll have a case where the casino decides to give us, speak to the hand sort of thing, or they just don't want to deal with it, deal with the player or whatever, and so we'll set up warnings. So the warning system, Max will go ahead and post a warning in the forum. I'll post it in the rogue section. We have the original casino rogue section, right? This is a way of warning players about certain situations. It's not a way of, some people think, we can blackmail a casino to do whatever we want. It's not like that. It's completely, pretty much, it's all out in the open, how we deal with these people. And if a casino does end up getting into the rogue section, there's a way out. And I've made this clear to everybody that if they want to get out, then they go into what's considered a probation period, usually from 60 to 90 days, where there's no complaints and they resolved everything, they're out of there. And so it works out for everybody. It helps the player to really make decisions on where to play, where not to play. It also keeps the operators. I think it keeps them in line pretty much so. And also sometimes you don't know if there's a problem until it actually surfaces and, hey, we got a problem here. And so it's a good thing. It works out for everyone.
Okay. So you acquired GoneGambling.com not too long ago, another portal that has been around for a long time, I think at least 8-9 years, if not longer.
13 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
13 years. There you go. So what does the future hold in Meisterland? I mean, will we see more kind of consolidation? Are you looking to kind of build the portfolio? What's the future?
No, this is it. I just, try to, stay on the path. I have Gone Gambling now. Yeah, that's another community. So Casino Meister, I have a lot of information on the site, and I do have a community there that's quite important. Gone Gambling has a community as well, but it's more of a Disneyland of online gaming. That's what's going on there. So I did acquire it, and it's great. It's a fantastic site. There's a lot of potential for it. And so we're just kind of like staying on the path for the future. Casino Meister, mainly, we've had a mission statement from the get-go to provide information for online gamblers to be able to make decisions for themselves, smart decisions, and we stay with that.
All right. So you spend basically nothing to generate traffic to Casino Meister and Gone Gambling. Maybe it's a little bit. How do you get your traffic on a consistent basis?
Well, I think again, it's where you're engaging people, right? Casino Meister, like I said a few times, been around for 13 years, and I've never spent any money more doing any marketing. I did spend some years and years ago. I spent like $50 a month on was it GoTo.com? GoTo.com?
Yeah.
Years ago, I forget what it was, but anyway, that was it. We really rely on the viral effect of, viral marketing. People coming in because they hear about it. It's always been that way. Gone Gambling is the same thing. It's really word of mouth, and it does pretty good.
So you're saying having something unique that people want to talk about and share with others is that's been the strategy that you've basically deployed at a high level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're able to engage people and you have a niche, right, or an audience you're speaking to. And with Casino Meister, it's pretty much speaking to everyone. Since I have operators there, I have affiliates, I have players, non-players, all sorts of people.
Okay. So looking at other webmasters and affiliates, I'm sure you've seen it all. What do you think are the 3 most common mistakes that affiliates generally make?
3 mistakes. I think one mistake is the obvious not doing your homework. It's so simple to be able to, if you have a website set up and you want to get into the affiliate marketing sort of thing, the first thing you want to do is use Google. Google is your friend, and Google the name of the affiliate programs, Google the names of the casinos, and not just the name, but like casino plus problems, complaints, whatever. And I think you can kind of get a good feel. You also can join places like, GPWA, CAP, Casino Meister, to get a good feel of what's going on. There's too many affiliates that don't do their homework. They end up promoting people who are really working on a limited budget. They get hit by a few players, and everything just takes a nosedive. Affiliates don't get paid, players don't get paid, and the company disappears and shows up someplace else. So that's one area. I think another area, there's a lot of affiliates that, don't take this wrong. There's a lot of affiliates spend way too much time on the message boards. I think if some of these guys, unless you're a moderator or you're running a message board, but if you're a moderator, yeah, you can be on the message boards and everything. But if you're not, you're actually spending your time on somebody else's website. If you would focus all that effort of being on other websites onto your own website, you'd probably see a remarkable change in what you can do with the website itself. I think number 3, they underestimate that there are other areas within the realm of online gambling that they could be promoting or getting into different niches and this sort of thing. There's a lot of ideas that haven't happened yet, and so I think that there's a lot of affiliates that should be able to go out there and really kind of do some brainstorming
be innovative and stay cutting edge.
Yeah, yeah. You see what happens with the social networking that's been going on the last several years. If somebody would have been able to get into that deeper, I think with the affiliate marketing or with affiliates, they would have had a really good shot at doing something really great.
Okay.
Right now, I think you see a lot of the social networking going on, like with Casino Meister, Gone Gambling, these sort of sites that do have a social network. We're kind of like piggybacking a little bit off of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, this sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, great points, especially on the message boards. I guess as a portal owner, how do you ensure your online marketing knowledge stays sharp? I mean, what resources do you use to improve your skills?
I think a lot of it's just going by my gut instinct, which is actually providing a lot of good content, providing services for the players to keep them engaged, and I think that really kind of works out. Again, going back to content is king. And of course, reading the news, keeping up to snuff on what's happening in Europe, what's happening in the U.S., going to conferences. I make about 6 to 8 different conferences per year. So this is, I think, really, it really helps.
What's your favorite conference?
I love London, ICE, Vegas, of course. It's changed. The whole industry has changed over the last several years. The conferences used to be a lot of fun, especially down in Barcelona, every year for the EIG and everything. The industry used to be, I think, more enjoyable. Now it's just different. It's matured a lot. And so you have old-timers like myself to go there and, do a lot of social networking and having a good time. You have, I guess, many more suits now, and a lot of people that you've never seen before. So it's but the ICE, I love London, and of course we have the Meister meeting there every year, and the G2E in Vegas. That's always a lot of fun.
Definitely, it was good seeing you there. So, who are some of the affiliates that you believe are doing the right things, and why? I mean, who are some affiliates you just believe are really cutting edge and innovative?
Well, I don't mean to be biased, but I do have my moderators. My moderators are great. And, people like Ian Sims, you look at his sites, and he's there to, to really better the online gaming environment by providing a lot of really useful information. I think that's, when you get down to it, it's the webmasters, or the affiliates, webmasters, whatever, who actually provide a lot of really good information for everyone, not just players, but for affiliates, where there's some value with the site, not just banners and the message board and this and that and everything else. When there's a service that they can provide, I think that's great.
Okay. So we're running a bit short on time. This will be the final question. What would your advice be to someone looking to launch a gambling portal today?
There's not all the ideas have been had yet, right? There's a lot of niches out there that haven't been hit up. I think if somebody's just getting into it now, it's going to be really tough. So they really need to understand that they're not going to be making the money that they think they'd be making like during the first year or so. It's a tough market, but there's some niches that they can get into, I'm sure, come up with some great ideas and give something, give something to the community where people want to come to your website because you're offering some kind of, service, service via information, something going on, some kind of something that's going to connect people to one another. I think that would be some good advice.
Okay, great. Well, it's been great having you today, Bryan. Thanks so much for your time and sharing your experiences and expertise with our audience. If anyone's interested in getting a hold of Bryan or at the end of this interview, please send an email to interviews@casinoaffiliateprograms.com, and we'll be more than happy to put you in touch. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future interviews with iGaming industry leaders. Take care.
Right on.